Welcome to Chapter 7, Emotional Conviction. It absolutely baffles me that people don't talk about emotional conviction, because emotional conviction holds the utmost importance when it comes to what you truly believe. This is probably going to be the second most important aspect of this program, because emotional conviction transcends any form of logic. And we rely on logic so much, but the truth is, oftentimes in life we want miracles. Your highest dream reality seems like a miracle. There's nothing logical about miracles, so why would you rely on logic to get a miracle? And here's the thing, emotions are more powerful than conscious thought, And I was reading this book on evolutionary psychology, and it was just talking about how most of our decisions are emotional decisions. We don't understand how powerful emotion is. We make emotional decisions and then rationalize it with logic. But anyway, emotion is the language of the subconscious. Your emotional conviction is the most accurate measurement of who you truly believe yourself to be, beyond the intellect, which matters very little. Most people, if you ask them what do they think about themselves, they'll tell you, yeah, I think I'm this, I think I'm cool, I think I'm this. But once you find out how do they feel about themselves, completely different. There's an instant discrepancy, instant. And here's the thing, there's a difference between who you think yourself to be and who you truly feel you are. Major difference. And the one that is more powerful, guess, is the one you truly feel yourself to be. There's a lot of people that think that, they can attain things and think they can reach levels and think they can do this, but they don't feel like it. And I mean, they don't feel like $1,000,000. You know what I'm saying? And it's that frequency which is the sole, well, it's that feeling that is the sole basis of your frequency. Before diving any deeper into emotional conviction, first, I think it's important that we actually define what emotion is. Emotion is energy emotion. It is a form of energetic vibration that emits a signature which we call a frequency. Now remember, the reality that you are currently experiencing is the result of the frequency you are tuned into. Think about it like a radio station. When you're tuned into a particular frequency, you can experience a different sound, and reality is no different. Always remember, realities are nothing more than the reflection of their frequency one-to-one. Your reality profile produces that frequency. And what is your reality profile made out of? Yeah, I hope you said them all. Beliefs, thoughts, identity, attention, emotional conviction. Now, here's what the manifestation space won't tell you. The majority of your frequency isn't about your diet or your music. Those things play into it, definitely, but it's not the end all be all. The basis of your emotional state or your frequency comes from your emotion. Remember, emotion is equal to frequency, and frequency leads to your reality. Emotions play the largest role in what you experience in reality. This is why people can think success all day. They can think about better, but they never attain it because they don't have the underlying level of emotion to supercharge those thoughts like we spoke about earlier. Emotion increases the quantum probability of manifestation, because remember, it's a game of quantum phenomena. It's about probability. On a cosmic level, emotion is the language of God, meaning God will respond to your desire when you cultivate the necessary emotion to give that thought the energy that it needed. It's all about emotions. So there's a couple of things you need to think about. How are you feeling on a day-to-day basis? Are you feeling how you would feel in the reality you want? Now, here's the thing. Emotional conviction has two parts to it, which both must be conquered. Emotional charge and state of naturalness, and they both work like a handshake. Now, your emotional charge can be seen as the amount of emotion you have backing a particular belief, which is of utmost importance because, like we said many times, emotion is a supercharger. Throughout your life, certain beliefs have created a certain amount of emotion, which I spoke about earlier in the thoughts module, making those thoughts persist even deeper. Imagine you have an emotional tank. The closer a belief is to 100%, the stronger that particular belief is. Your present reality profile has a high percentage on the emotional tank, and the only way to shift that emotional conviction enough to a new reality profile is by generating an equal, similar, or more powerful emotional charge on the reality profile you desire. Now, once you can consistently Fill the tank with joy, excitement, satisfaction, and accomplishments from your visualizations or your imaginative reality emulations, which we're going to get into near the very end. This will begin to fill the emotional charge tank, impressing the new reality profile even deeper into the subconscious mind. I'm not sure if you can hear those fireworks. Anyways, like I was saying, everybody has an emotional tank when it comes to the beliefs that we have in our minds. The current level that you're at, whether that's 10K, 20K, 30K, 50K, 100K, that's at a certain level percentage wise on the emotional tank. What we need to do, we need to replace that level with a similar charge for the particular reality profile we want. The second part of emotional conviction, after you've generated, those emotions, you have to be consciously directing the emotions of excitement, well, not necessarily excitement, but satisfaction, accomplishment, joy, and peace, right? Excitement is good, but the most important ones are satisfaction, accomplishment, and inner peace, and a level of serene confidence towards your new reality profile. Once you consistently show up and deposit almost like into a bank every day into the emotional tank, that's when things begin to change. And then the second part is a state of naturalness. A state of naturalness is what feels normal to you. The truth is, you're probably not overly excited or smiling off your face about your current reality profile. And it's funny because when you see people in the manifestation industry, it's like, they're high off LSD 24/7, and it kind of promotes this toxic positivity. And it's not necessary because, like I said, you're probably not overly excited or smiling off your face right now about your current reality because it's normal to you. It's normal. And that's the same mentality that needs to be adopted. When it comes to making your new reality profile normal, this is where the magic of disconnecting importance kicks in, which will break up the repellent that's built up by it. Your new reality profile has to become as normal to you as your one is now, as normal as breathing. The issue is you kind of want it bad. We cover that actually. Now, by the end of this, you're going to understand what the IRE is, right? It is your imaginative reality emulation. But in that experience, I'll document a full process of what I'm about to say. But here's a brief understanding, right? You're going to have to feel the flow of joyous emotions as if your desires already happen and hold that emotional charge throughout the day. The second part is mentally disconnect importance from your desire, which will slowly happen in step one anyways. The more that you begin to visualize, the end result of your desire or being in that particular reality, the more you're going to lose those emotions, which is good because the more you lose them, that means you're filling up the tank. And then that's when we, boom, go into that state of naturalness, that level of nonchalant where we kind of don't care. That's the type of energy, right? I call it the secret frequency of not needing. With that being